y'all, look who you're stuck with tonight. Okay, it's just me. Okay, Lydia's not here because she's on a trip, which I'm so excited about, and I cannot wait for her to tell us all about it. But y'all are stuck with just Eliana today, so welcome back to another episode of the Pink Standard Pod. I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about, shocker, but I have a couple topics put down, and so we're just going to go with it. This might be a little bit of a shorter episode. We're in my room today, so everyone welcome to my room, and let's get into it. The first thing being, ever since having dark hair, I never grew up thinking that I had dandruff. Turns out that I do. Kind of a lot of it, but blonde hair really hides that. Yeah, not anymore. The other day, I had just got done drying my hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, do I have lice? Not lice, just dandruff. Almost worse because you can get rid of lice at some point. But yeah, so anyone else with dark hair and dandruff, I feel you now, and I'm so sorry. Let's get into what people actually want to hear about, and that is the 21st birthday recap. Bum, bum, bum. Let's get into it. I never know how loud to talk with the mic either, because we don't normally use it, which we should. But honestly, as I do think that Lydia and I produce good content. I know we do, actually, yeah. But the quality, the audio, video quality, not great. Never has been. Hopefully will be at some point. But that is something that can be fixed. You can't fix, chemistry, the chemistry that we have as podcasters with each other. And so I'm mad about it, but I'm not super stressed about it. But y'all know to bear with me. So anyway, let's get into it. It's my birthday this past Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, past week. And I had a whole birthday weekend, and it was so stinking fun. Y'all, when I tell you, I felt so incredibly loved by my people. It was absolutely amazing. I had friends come from really all over. I had a friend drive 4 hours just to come for the weekend, and it was so sweet. It made me so stinking happy. I just couldn't stop smiling the entire weekend. And so Friday night, we had dinner at a nicer dinner. I wore one of those little flower things. I posted a picture of it on our story, and it was so cute. On Amazon. You'll find it on my Amazon storefront. You already know. And then Saturday was the party day. And so we threw a little brunch at my apartment, and then we went ahead and did a little birthday party, and then we went to Club Rodeo, and y'all, I danced the night away all night long. I had a mustache for some of it, and my friend ripped it off of me, which was fine, but it was so stinking fun. Sorry for FaceTiming you a couple times, Mom. But yeah, it was so fun. I hated posting pictures and videos and stuff because I never want anyone to look at my life. And not that I think people really do, but I know that sometimes I can get caught up, and you see people posting, the highlight reels of their life. And Lydia and I have talked about this a couple episodes back, and you just get sad because a lot of people, this is going to maybe sound awful, but I'm trying to make it sound nice. But I know a lot of people wouldn't have thrown a birthday party because they don't think that they have enough people to come. And I want you to know that I have been that person before. And even knowing that I had friends that had committed to coming to my birthday party, I was still worried. And so if you feel like that, I want you to know that you are not alone in feeling like that. Not alone whatsoever. And this year, I didn't feel that as much, and I'm so thankful for that. But I have felt like that in years in the past. Who knows? I may feel that way next year. And so don't ever look at someone's posts of their birthdays or whatever it may be, the gifts that they're getting or anything like that, and compare it to your life, because we all have different seasons where we all have way more friends than we do the next season of our life. And that is just how life goes, especially when you're in school. It's going to look different from when you're working. It's going to look different from when you start having kids. I don't have kids, but I can only imagine that it would look different. And so to compare your life season to someone else's, it is just going to make you sad, and it is not going to be beneficial in any way whatsoever. And so don't do it. I promise. I know it's so hard, but you just can't. Going off of that was pretty much all I had to say for my birthday. It was just so fun, and I hope you guys liked seeing all the pictures and stuff. And my friends, they did such a good job like helping me decorate, and I just feel so blessed and so loved. But I also have felt the opposite, so just know you really can't have one without at some point having the other. Promise. But let's talk about the motto or the saying or the phrase, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know what it would be called. Do it scared. This is on my vision board, and it has been a phrase that I have lived by religiously the past couple months, and I would say pretty much like the past year, is do it scared. Because it involves the element of doing things uncomfortable, which I love, but you have to, if you want to grow, if you want change, if you want anything different than what you're doing right now, if you want a different life than what you have right now, even if it's not a major event or thing that you're doing scared, you have to, in order to see different results. I'm pretty sure the exact definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And so for someone to keep living the same life that they've lived all however many years and expecting there to be any difference from not changing anything and not doing anything scared, it's just stupid, and you're insane for thinking that. And so obviously it's much easier said than done, but if you can do little things each day, maybe start out each week. This is what I always try to do whenever I'm trying to incorporate something new into my life. I've been the person, and sometimes I still struggle with this, but I've been the person before where I say I want to do something and I try to go full force into it, and I burn myself out so stinking fast. So what I've learned about myself, and obviously everyone's different, but what I've learned about myself is that sometimes I need to start off really slow in really small amounts and then go from there. And so if you want to start living outside of your comfort zone, I wouldn't suggest selling all your things and moving to Arctica, or I don't know if I'm saying that right. Everything sounds weird tonight. I don't know. Tomorrow. I would suggest that I don't even know if that's a good comparison, but if you want a whole new big friend group, but you're like, I don't even know where to start, commit to getting coffee, maybe even with someone that you already know but would normally like not ask to go get coffee with, once a week. Commit to doing something new that is going to benefit you in the longer term once a week, and then you will build those uncomfortable or those muscles that you have to use in order to do uncomfortable things. And so then 3 weeks later, you're like, of course I can ask someone a coffee. Like, that was so easy because you've been exercising those muscles of uncomfortability. That's probably not a word. I don't know. And so basically what I'm saying is that if you want change, don't expect everything to change overnight. Sometimes, most of the time, it's a slow process of just little tiny baby steps every so often. until eventually you look back at all your baby steps and notice a really big, awesome change that did not happen overnight. It is not a sprint. The majority of the time, it is a marathon for real, true, genuine change in your life. But it is so worth it. And you will be so, so, so grateful that you did. And I guess like this is like a big sister vision board talk because I'm just going through different things that I have on my vision board. You guys can see them if you're watching, which I hope you are. In the back, I actually printed out all the pictures and hung them up. And we also made a post about our vision boards on our Instagram too. But I don't know if you guys heard that, but the road that I live on is so stinking loud. It drives me crazy sometimes. The majority of the time, like, I just don't hear it. But I swear there's like a motorcycle or something that always drives by. Anyway, that's a rabbit trail. But the next thing that's on my vision board is do not be small. And I never really thought of myself as being small. I'm not talking about in size or height or anything. I'm talking about personality, character-wise. Until someone said this to me. Because I have a very big personality. You guys are like, yeah, we know. We hear it blast through our car radio every single week. Yeah, okay, well, anyway. But don't be small means don't limit yourself to your capabilities just to make others comfortable. And I think that we've kind of touched on this before, but I want to touch on it again because it is so vital and so important to living a true and authentic life that I promise if you are able to understand the power of not living small for others, your life is going to be a trillion times better. And so take the job, quit the job, be super duper loud sometimes within reason, laugh all the time, dance when you want, gritty across the hallway, dab, whatever, hang out with people, go on the date, go on the friend date, tell people that you love them. Just don't live a small life. And also don't compare like what your life looks like compared to others, because small for you might be a different small for other people. You know, not everyone is gonna listen to this and just all of a sudden have a super huge personality. Their living small could mean something different. And so you have to take that and interpret that however you interpret it. But it's something that's on my vision board. I'll read the quote to you guys. It says, "Don't you dare shrink yourself for someone else's comfort, but do not become small for people who refuse to grow." I'm going to take a picture of that and post it on the story because everyone needs to read that, read it, and then read it again. Do not be small just because other people don't want to grow or don't want you to grow. And there's going to be a lot of people out there like that in your life, and that's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to walk away from those people, but I promise you, once you start living authentically and true to yourself, you are going to attract people who also live authentically and love the way that you live authentically. And so it's going to be so, so worth it. Another thing, you guys are like, you're awful at transitions. Yes, I'm fully aware. That's something that I need to really work on and learn how to do. I listen to a lot of podcasts and I try to take notes on what they do. It's also hard only with one person. But anyway, is something I'm bringing back in 2024 for me personally is I am unapologetically saying I love you. I'm not talking about going around telling everyone I'm in love with them, but being so unapologetic about it, because sometimes I feel like we don't say it because we don't know how the other person is going to take it, and that's fine. But to know that you walk away wanting to have said it and then not saying it How much worse is that than playing it safe? Don't play it safe. Say I love you scared and just do it. How other people take it, whatever, that's on them. I know Lydia and I joke about it sometimes because she's like, you say I love you all the time, and sometimes I just don't. She's a lot more reserved with her I love yous, and that's fine too. But for me personally, I love saying I love you. And so I'm going to just be unapologetic about it. And so it's kind of funny because on all my TikToks, any ones that I like speak in the majority of the time, I end with like a kiss and just saying love you, because I want people should be told every single day that they're loved. And it breaks my heart to know that some people go days, months, weeks, whatever, without hearing the words I love you. And so if one person can watch my video and know that they're loved, maybe, I mean, I do love everyone. Obviously, it's different, but I want to do that for them. And I think that everyone else should too. But if not, that's okay. Whatever. I don't know how long this episode was, guys, but I think that might be all I have for you. I feel like it was probably 8 minutes, and you're probably like, this is a ripoff. But I want to let y'all know that I love you so, so much. Actually, and this podcast means so much to me. I know that it's not perfect, and I know that it probably will not be perfect ever. But one thing Lydia and I always promise to deliver is just our true, genuine, authentic selves. And so that's why we love hearing back from you guys. The feedback that we get from you guys is seriously so sweet and so kind. And on the days that we don't feel like recording, or we don't feel like, pouring out our hearts or whatever, the feedback that you guys give us genuinely makes me want to do it and makes me excited to do it. And so please understand just how grateful and thankful we are to each of you. Yeah, I wish I had more for you guys, but I don't think I do. I never really have advice to give, ever, ever, ever. I only try to speak from my experiences. And so I don't even know if you got that from today, but I hope you got something from it. If you made it this far in this episode, I love you so much. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But anyway, we will see you next week. Lydia will be back, and I'm so excited. I love you guys so much. I'm Eliana. She would normally be Lydia, and we are the Pink Standard. Love you guys.